I am really, really into this new Netflix special that Graham Hancock put out along with assistance from Randall Carlson. It is about ancient civilizations. It's an amazing docuseries. I think it's 7 or 8 episodes on Netflix, each episode bite-sized, 45-minute to an hour long. And it is next level fascinating. Ancient civilizations found through LiDAR research. They're finding all kinds of stuff that was built under the Amazon jungle. They're finding that the Amazon was actually, those trees were actually planted by humans and then took off and created this lush, cradle of natural life down there in the Amazon. Talking about pyramids all over the world, talking about the way that the planet used to be put together before the Ice Age, before water levels rose and started to separate off land masses. But man, crazy stuff this week about Graham Hancock. Sohail, will you Google Graham Hancock and see what comes up there? And we'll talk about something that is just crazier. Seems like it gets crazier almost by the week, which is this cancel culture. Graham Hancock is just a journalist, researcher. He's not a scientist. He's the first one to say that to anyone and everyone listening. He is a writer. He's married to an Indian woman. He's very right out there when it comes to his use of plant medicine. He stopped using marijuana a few years ago because he felt like he was becoming dependent on it and using it too much. The guy is right out there. He's a very interesting listen, very interesting follow. His content is fascinating. He's been on the Joe Rogan Experience numerous times, most recently here a month or two ago when the Netflix special came out. And it's just crazy what cancel culture is doing, because the Graham Hancock discoveries, research, opinions that he's put out, especially on this Ancient Civilizations Netflix documentary, call it more of a show. It's documentary format. Man, it is flying in the face of big academia. We talked about big academia last week, how they're trying to cancel Jordan Peterson, told him he needs to go through a re-education program for how he uses social media. Graham is being railroaded left, right, and center, and has been for quite a while. Lots of people, lots of scientists, research scientists, anthropologists, people who have written books about ancient civilizations, timelines, things of that nature, do a lot to discredit Graham, call Graham a kook, call him a wacko. But now he's being called a racist, a white supremacist, which is laughable. He's married to an Indian woman. It's just absolutely crazy what happens when it doesn't really matter anymore what the topic is, but if the opinions spoken run counter to the preeminent narrative, it seems like the people who are pushing the preeminent narrative, maybe they wrote books about the narrative, maybe they have textbooks on it, maybe they teach classes on it, maybe they're an authority based on research they did or haven't done, then it seems like the automatic move by whoever is controlling that narrative, again, this is not political, this is left, right, center, far right, far left, whatever the preeminent, confirmed, acceptable narrative is, if you do anything or say anything counter to that narrative, whether it has to do with COVID, ancient civilizations, trans rights, any of that, the automatic move to discredit you is to call you a racist.